Right, top sales for November. I've got 8 sales for you. November's been quite a good month. I'm also using the webcam during the day. I had a quick go on it last night at about 10 in the evening with no lights or anything, just the bulb in the room. And I went through OBS, which made it all look a bit blurred. So I'm hoping this looks a little bit better. I'm using the mic on the webcam because I'm having all sorts of trouble with my headset mic. Never seems to behave itself. So hopefully this sounds alright. You might hear a hoover in the background. It's because we're vaxing our carpets at the moment. So all that's going on. But let's get on with these 8 top sales for November. Yeah, good month November. So this is in increasing order of value. And not all of these are the price that was paid. And I doubt I can remember what the price that was paid was. But these Hunters Wellies, I've just sent these off this morning actually, so went in the last week, and I bought these for £10 with a load of other boots, grafters boots, which are currently on sale at the moment. I've just seen a fox in our garden. Should go and chase him off really. I don't want to encourage him. I'd flip you around, but I don't want to unclip my webcam. So anyway, these cost a tenner with 11 pairs of grafters boots, which were new in box, which cost 35 for the 11, so about £3 each. And I think these went for 45 in the end, plus postage, and they just about went a small parcel. I packaged them up and thought, brilliant. I put one inside the other actually, and kind of like put some fill around it. And then when I measured it, it was over 45 centimeters long, so I had to redo that. But anyway, nice little flip there. Probably got that 2-3 weeks ago, so nice and quick. The only Hunters I've sold before have been new in box, which sold for about 60 or 70, I think, quite a bit of money. And I've got a couple of pairs of kids Hunters, so I'm definitely going to be looking out for Hunters in the future. Okay, next, I'll try and whip through these fairly quickish. Again, I can't remember what this went for, whether this went for the price, or I would have, if it's gone on a, if I'd taken an offer, it would have been about 10% less. But I would have picked this up for under a tenner. Cannot remember how much I picked it up for, but definitely under a tenner, unless I bought it new, and because we do have a British Heart Foundation, and they sell this sort of thing for around about 15 quid. But I think this was a car boot pickup, so we're looking at under a tenner. No remote. Sometimes I will order remotes. I never normally put connection leads with it, like SCARTs, unless I've got some spares kicking around, if I pick them up with it. And sometimes with VHSs I might put a tape in with it. But DVD, HDD, if it's Sony or Panasonic, normally around about the £50 mark. So I was looking at one today. It was a Sony, but they wanted 25 for it, which is goodish, but some sell for 30, some sell for 60. I've taken a photo of it. I'm going to have a look up and, you know, scratch my head a bit more to see whether it's worth it. This next one didn't go for 79. Don't quite know what that's about. Actually went for 62, I think. And again, I posted that this morning. I had 3 of these. But this is RA, bought last December, I think on Boxing Day, and went into Tesco's, and it cost me 30 quid. So, you know, not exactly a car boot flip, you know, not buying it cheap and selling it. You know, if you look at this, if it went for 62, fees you're looking at maybe 8 quid, so this takes it down to about 54. I do put postage on top, so you might be looking at maybe 20-25 pound profit. Which is good really, you know, but like I say, it's not a car boot flip, but I'm always glad when they go, because I would have bought this and checked out the prices at the time, and it probably wasn't there, but around Christmas that's when you can get it. So when I picked this up in yeah, like I say, I picked it up in Tesco's last December, and I think they had 4 of them, and I got 3 of them, and this other lady who was near me picked up the 4th one, and I will have a look around this Christmas to see if there's anything directly after Christmas. See if we can get more. But yeah, a bit long tail, that one. You know, stuff you get after Christmas does tend to hang around until next Christmas. This was a nice pickup because I had this in the on my racks, on my shelving for about a year, because when I tested it, the disc went. It's a mini disc player, Sony mini disc player. It went in, but it wasn't ejecting properly. Anyway, I opened it up, and it was a bit like when tape decks don't work, and it's just the drive belt. This was just a drive belt that had gone. A drive belt. I could see two white pulley wheels, and there was no band between them. So I've got a whole load of spares, whole load of drive belts. So it's just an easy fix. Nice machine, and got some nice feedback off that as well. I think I went for the full price. But glad to see it go. I mean, this was again something I got and originally tested and assumed it wasn't working just because I couldn't get the disc out. But learnt something new on that one. So that was a nice flip. And I paid under £5. That was a car boot pickup. But I do like mini disc players. This one's very nice. It had me worried, this one, for a little bit. Vintage Lego light. Now I do get a lot of those Star Wars lights, like Darth Vader's and Stormtroopers, and I've had Legends of Chima. What else have I had? But this had a stand, which is a bit different. Those other ones are alarm clocks, and normally sell for about £10. But this, I've never seen this before, and it's just a torch. But someone in Hong Kong bought it. I did send it signed and tracked, and actually I was glad I did, because I did get a message saying, "Oh, where is it? It hasn't arrived." And when I checked the tracking, they tried to deliver it, and they said there was no one at home, So I was able to message back and saying, "Oh, it's signed, tracked. It's been sent tracked, and they've actually tried to deliver it. So please contact your local post office, because they should have it there for you waiting." And then he got it, and then got good feedback on it. But yeah, that would have been a couple of quid or so. And again, I think that went full price. So more than happy with that one. Okay, 3 more. Some of these you would have seen before, especially the one that went for the most. So this is here because I sold 3 of them, and again a weird car boot pickup, really. I didn't ask many questions about where they got them, but they, someone's just selling like loads and loads of these, and I know they go well on Amazon. I did try and check out Amazon, but it was asking me to input all sorts of stuff related to stuff I do. It's stuff that was complicated to fill in. So I just thought, I think I've sold gum on Amazon before, but for this it was all sorts of confusing hoops to jump through. So I just stuck it on eBay, and I sold 3 of them. 3 of them for like 60 quid or something. But they went to Italy, so again I was a bit like, oh, it's going to Italy. So again I sent it tracked. I don't normally send it tracked, but if it's over, I think you're covered up to about 20 quid. And if things are over kind of like 40-50 quid, I tend to send them, especially if they're going to Italy. Now, I don't want to make any assumptions about Italy, but a couple of things that have gone missing have been Italy for me. I don't get lots, but I don't get a lot of sales to Italy. But yeah, it was a light package, and for my international £10 standard for Europe. So I think it pretty much covered the track cost. So I was happy to send that tracked. But that's that one. This was a nice sale. Went for 175 in the end, and it was quite funny because I think the guy had put in an offer for like 170, and I'd gone back with 179, and he'd come back with 175, and I'd messaged him saying, I really want 179, and he I think he said, oh, it's too much. And then but the offer, because there was a lot of stuff going on messages, his offer for 175 was still there, And I accepted that offer because I was a bit worried about him just kind of going away and not taking the offer. And I was thinking, oh, it's only a fiver anyway. And then he came back after I'd accepted the offer and said, oh, I will go to 180. But then he said, oh, I've seen you've I think he had to talk to his wife or something. And then he sent another message saying, oh, I see you've accepted the offer. So it was a nice bit of chit chat going back and forth. And I think he was glad. It's a good model list, and I've just picked up an EZ49V, which I've got for sale at the moment. But yeah, it's a VCR DVD combo, but one you can record from DVD to VCR or VCR to DVD on. Panasonic, so nice make. But I was glad to get the 175. Sounded like a decent buyer. Always kind of worry that you're going to get someone who's going to rip you off basically on high value sales. But that went for 175. Packed up in a banana box. So originally packed up in bubble wrap with cardboard surround, then put in a banana box. Hermes with insurance, I think it was sent with insurance. For this sort of stuff now, where I'm going to insure it, I'm putting the postage up to $9.99, just to cover the extra insurance cost, because that's how much it costs. Okay, the last one. Yeah, you would have seen that. I've probably done a video on this, so apologies if I'm repeating stuff. And this one, which I have gone on about quite a bit when I was first doing these videos, but who wouldn't go on about this? This was a £200 sale, and I think it went for £200. A massive flip clock, probably that square, glorious thing. And I actually know how much this cost me. It's cost me £12. Picked up at a boot fair from a couple of guys, and it came out of Habitat, so it had the Habitat logo on it. See if I can zoom in. So this little sign here is the Habitat logo, and they told me that it was actually hung up in the shop or whatever. So whether someone's just bought it, because I think you can buy these flip clocks new, but I was trying to, and for about £200, but I was trying to get this price used because of the Habitat connection. So yeah, all very nice. The back sections didn't have battery covers on both the. It's two battery sections. One for the dial clock. That one had a bit of corrosion, but it wasn't too bad. And this one's for the flip. Two massive, those big chunky batteries you can get, like old school batteries. But I'm not too sure whether it had a battery cover to start with, because bear in mind that it's hung on a wall. But anyway, it was all in the description. And yeah, that is the top sale for November, right at the start of November, right when I started doing these. Doing my YouTube, so yes, I would have gone on about it a little bit, but there we go. That's my top sales for November. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you all had some good sales. Yeah, if you want to let me know what your best sale is, that would be great. I'll be very interested. I should do my bottom 10 sales as well. I've just had a sale today for a massive £2.50, free postage. You can't get better than that, can you? But yeah, that's all for today. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.